Hey guys, and welcome to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush episode review. Before we start, I wanted to address, the news that happened today. If some of you have not heard, Kazuki Takahashi has passed away. It came out of nowhere. Waking up to those news, it was just, it's heartbreaking. Obviously, condolences to his family and friends. He inspired so many people, not only when they were younger, but millions and millions of people nowadays. What I'm doing right now wouldn't be possible in some ways because of him. We wouldn't have Go Rush or any of the other shows if it wasn't for him. We wouldn't have the card games. So it's just, it's sad. It really is. Again, I'm not going to go too far into it because it's not my place to talk, and that's not what this video is about, but I felt like I had to say something. So, but I guess now we can move on to the episode. Going after that, it's going to be kind of difficult to hype the episode up, but yeah, hey, let's give it a try. So, overall, I really did like this episode a lot. This episode, funny enough, I was more excited about than the, last week's Zvijo UDS duel. I know it might be shocking to some of you, but that's simply because Roa was my favorite 7th character, so seeing his voice actor back, it was a lot of fun. I do like the irony of, 7s having, fiend, demon monsters for him, and now having fairy angels for London. I felt that was really cool. I don't trust London at all. He's very obviously hiding something. There's a few things it could be. One of the big things I've heard was that obviously he could be working for Goha Yuna. Again, the main thing is who exactly is he working for? Is it for himself, for Goha Yuna, for Manya? And why does he exactly want to avoid MIK? It could be that technically, Goha Yuna is the girl at the end of last week's episode, so he can't involve MIK. Again, we don't know. It could be a lot of things. I do also feel like this was the best dueling episode, not counting Zvijo UDS, because that was a 2-part episode, so it's kind of difficult to top those. But as far as one duel episodes, I think this was a really good one. There was a lot of strategy involved, so yeah, I did feel like it was really good. There was that short tutorial aspect to it, but I've said it so many times already, and I'm going to say it every time. I just don't care. You can get mad at it. I won't, because it took up 6 seconds. One thing that did surprise me quite a bit was the fact that this is the first time we've seen Yomu not really not being on the top of the situation. She wasn't really sure what London was doing, so that's interesting, and it shows how cunning actually London is. I almost called him raw, Jesus Christ. But it shows how actually cunning he might be, despite, the huge ego. I did like London's deck a lot. It's really cool going from an actual rock band to just cassettes being played. I think that's really funny. Obviously, he's an egotistical ass, which, it's just perfect. That's what Raw was, so having London be that as well, it just works perfectly. But apart from that, there wasn't really any other things that happened this episode. UDS and the twins go into the residential area, however, we know they won't be there for long, since the episode 16 summary states that Yuhi went back to UTS, so we'll see. Again, I'm very excited to see more about London, but yeah, I don't really have much more. I didn't want to make this video too long. You know, despite the news, I didn't really have too much more to say on this episode. It just, you know, it really did hit hard what happened, and yeah, again, I don't want to go too far into it, but anyways, if you guys have any other thoughts in the comments about this episode, please let me know, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week.